Good morning, everyone. We'll continue here in the words of the Horowitz NIDCHEI YISRAEL, and he says like this: "Mishamati b'shem goy necha midoras shel lefanenu." I once heard from, in the name of one of the great sages from the previous generation. Horowitz doesn't say who that was, but he calls him a goyin, one of the great sages. Shalom b'tzachos l'shon, he said in a very elegant way. He said like this: a person who accepts upon himself to be in idol worship, and he removes from himself completely the yoke of the mitzvahs, which means once he is bowing down to idols, so he's not going to keep Shabbos. If he's praying to a piece of wood, he's certainly not going to open up a siddur and daven to Hashem. If he's bringing sacrifices to the different idols that he is worshiping, certainly he's not going to take a lulav and an esrog on Sukkot. HaKadosh Baruch is out of the story at this point. The person is very self-confident in his heart, and he says, I've already removed all of the mitzvahs, the yoke of the mitzvah myself. So the only thing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to now kind of help keep me liable for is the denial, so to speak, of the Torah. My whole life is a life now that is being led, is pushing away the Torah. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants anything that he can have on me, I'm not obligated in Torah anymore because I don't keep the Torah, I don't keep the mitzvahs. That maybe Hashem could have a taina complaint against me. But then he writes like this: this Jew should know that if he engages himself in Avodah Zarah, which is one of the cardinal sins, and he has pushed away the mitzvahs, he should know that Hashem doesn't stop watching over him. And in La'asid, in the future, which means when he's going to come before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and stand before the throne of glory and the Bezdin Shamayla, the heavenly courts, he's going to be punished for not saying Hamoitzi on his bread. And similarly, the Varim Shem Medivrei Seifrim, even those mitzvahs that were Dirabanan, rabbinical laws, Kegoin, Tiltu Muksa v'Chedoime, touching and moving Muksa, those things on Shabbos that we're not allowed to touch because the Rabbanan said we can't. And the point is that in Shemaim, in the heavens, they do not push away the small Aveiros because we did something major. Just because you ended up bowing down to idols and doing major sins in the eyes of Hashem, don't think that he's not keeping track of all of the little things that you don't do as well. Anyone that was born as a Jew, he doesn't have the ability to remove from himself the yoke of the mitzvahs in any way, shape, or form. All the more so, somebody who almost, quote unquote, by chance stumbles into an Aveira and tramples over certain mitzvahs of the Torah. Let's say they were in a moment of weakness and they did something they should not have done. Let's say they didn't know the halacha so well, and they did a certain avera and they violated a mitzvah. God forbid that a person should be lenient over here and transgress it again. On that which a person transgressed, you have to do tshuva. And HaKadosh Baruch will accept a person who does such a thing because he wants tshuva, and he will not push away his nation. Says the Chavetz Chaim that sometimes people think if they're already over on such major Aveiros, I don't keep kosher, I'm not keeping Shabbos, I'm not doing this, so I might as well, I'm not even considered a Jew anymore in the eyes of Hashem. Doesn't matter what I do. Says the Chavetz Chaim, don't think like that. Just because you gave up on one area of the Torah doesn't mean you have to give up on another area of the Torah. Just because you relaxed in this particular mitzvah yesterday doesn't mean you have to be lax in that mitzvah today. Just because you engaged in that Aveira yesterday and the day before and the week before, it doesn't mean that today you can't gird your loins and your strength and pull yourself together and say, you know what, I'm not doing it today. A Yid is a Yid, a Jew is a Jew, as we mentioned yesterday. And if you're YISRAEL, you are from the Jewish people. That means that we always have the ability to come and connect with the Torah and the mitzvahs. We are never absolved from them. And even if you think because of your choices you absolve yourself, you're not. And therefore, if you didn't say a bracha today, say a bracha tomorrow. If you didn't eat kosher food today, eat kosher food tomorrow. If you didn't put on your tefillin today, put on your tefillin tomorrow. If you spoke Lashon Hara this morning in the conversation you have in the afternoon, don't speak Lashon Hara. YISRAEL, you're a Jew. And a Jew is always trying their best, even when we fall, even when we stumble, even when we make mistakes. We don't forget who we really are, and we come right back to where we belong. Have a wonderful day.